Om Ajnanatinandasya Gyananjanasalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Acharya Singharopini Sisimat Bhakti Pragyana Kesava iti namini Mancha kalpatarubhasya kripa sindhubhaivacha patitanang pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayati Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratise Namaha. Jai Rupa Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath Sri Jiv Gopala Bhatta Das Raghunath Jai Gosai Kari Charna Bandhan Jayate Vignanath Abhishta Puram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Many devotees are soon leaving. Then there are many questions, but they are trying to understand it. Now I am thinking Maharaj is here present and he is authorized for this authority, meaning Gurudev or sannyasis giving special power and special mercy and grace and kindness which is he is giving special advice and order. You are now will be after me Guru and advisor and honor protector. He is all sannyasis for giving inspiration, order and instruction. Which is his love. He said, a sannyasi is my one branch of his. They are teaching that they are helping is my help. I am with them. Then his lifetime of sannyasis are everywhere preaching, helping. Now also they are helping all world, all living entities. So now anybody has any question, Maharaj is there present, Gurudev or expansion and authority. Now asking question, Maharaj cooling all our heart and all question answer is here. Now, everybody has any question, they asking. First this good opportunity after classes. Telling any question? Tell it.
Maharaj, some devotees say that this Kali Yuga that Mahaprabhu came, up to 10,000 years, then it will be like golden age, and then again it will become dark. But some other people say that because Mahaprabhu came, no, actually everyone will be devotee, so therefore no need Kalki to come, because there will be no demons to be killed. So what actually is the future of this age of Kali?
You have now short time. Go by thinking of future. You thinking about you now just present. No need future. This is not portion, this is challenge. This is useless things. You first you thinking how can you this movement to progressing, then question, other no answer. Any other person has question? telling
She's asking about the other religion, how we understand, from our scripture point of view, how we understand the other scripture, other religion like Christianity.
The real occupation of the soul, the spirit soul, Jaiva Dharma, is to love the Supreme Lord, serve the Supreme Lord, and love the Supreme Lord. Actually, we're not. I personally, I don't think that I belong to a religion. This is like a science developing loving consciousness. It's not just a faith. Some Christians, they think if you just believe in Jesus Christ, for example, you can do any nonsense you like, and it'll all be forgiven and you go to heaven. Well, what's the goal? Oh, the goal is to go to heaven and enjoy forever. So in general, we can understand that scientifically, Jaiva Dharma, this Bhakti, this is the eternal nature of the soul. Any spiritual path which helps us to develop love and service for the Supreme, for the Divine, is real religion. But it may be partial. For example, in Christianity, it says that God exists. Christ said, somebody asked him, what is the first commandment? He said, the first commandment is this: you should love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your strength, with all your might. And the second commandment is you love your neighbor as yourself. This is Vaishnava Dharma, up to a point. But who is God? In the Lord's Prayer, Jesus Christ said, our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Your name is holy. Well, what is his holy name? He didn't say. So it's true up to a point, but it's not complete. In Islam, they accept the personality of God, but they hardly accept his form. So it's true up to a point, and then it's incomplete. And much of what the Muslims, like they want to insist that ladies wear, cloth like this, and Islamic law, these are just social codes. It's nothing to do with religion at all. It's convenient for maybe desert tribes at a certain period of time, but it's not necessarily convenient or appropriate for people in modern times. Other spiritual paths say actually there's no personality at all, there's no God. So every spiritual path we see is either an incomplete version of Jaiva Dharma, or else it's become diverted. Because only in the Vedic Vaishnava tradition can we find so much information, not only about who is God, who is the Supreme, where he lives, what is the nature of the spiritual world, how we can love him. Nowhere do we find so much information and such a full process. We don't say that other religions are wrong. Like some Christians, for example, they say, if you're not a Christian, then you're going to hell. Even some devotees say, well, if you're not in our group of Vaishnavas, then you can't go back to Godhead. We're not a sectarian group like that. But it's like a dictionary, On my computer, I've got a lingo dictionary, big one. And then I've also got a pocket dictionary, Russian. So it's correct up to a point, but it's incomplete. And if they say, oh, you're Krishna devotees, you're of the devil, you're going to hell, I don't bother. If somebody loves God, and somebody else in a different religion also loves God, then why should they kill each other? I don't get it. It's very difficult to understand that mentality. Is that okay?
Kelly.
Question?
Okay.
generation just before today is the last 2010 cutting. So how can she develop this relation with Gurudev and attachment to Gurudev? Because no any instruction or any Harikatha from because in the heart, not spontaneously have this attachment for Gurudev. This is like a very fact.
Like at the moment, we're trying to practice Bhakti. In the end, we want to develop love for Krishna. But we don't have spontaneous love. Now we're practicing regulated Bhakti, Vaidhi Bhakti. And part of the goal of Vaidhi Bhakti, regulated Bhakti, is that we develop spontaneous Bhakti. It doesn't happen immediately. As we become spiritually enlivened and spiritually purified, so we'll more and more and more understand the glories of Gurudev. If we read his books, if we hear from his disciples, and we see from their example how Prabhuji is maintaining so many devotees, where's that strength coming from? It's coming from Gurudev. The more we see Gurudev in his disciples, the more we meet Gurudev in his books, through his lectures, we'll be more and more attracted, and more we'll develop this relationship with him. We need to develop a relationship with his representatives and see him in them. Guru Tattva is very, very, very subtle. Srila Gurudev said, Diksha Guru is so powerful, he can appear as Shiksha Guru. When I first met Gurudev, actually I didn't have, when Prabhupada was here, my Prabhupada, I didn't have a personal relationship with him. But through Gurudev, actually, I deepened my relationship with him. And when I first met Gurudev, I was astonished that being with him is like being with Prabhupada. I couldn't understand. So after a couple of days, I asked him, I said, I don't understand. It's as if you're this one personality, but I know you're different. He said, we're not really very different. He's Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj, and I'm Swami Bhaktivedanta Narayan. And then, later on, because I had Brahmin initiation, second initiation from Srila Prabhupada through tape recorder. Not directly, through tape recorder. And I repeated the mantras and nothing happened. And then when I heard mantras from Gurudev, then it changed. It really changed. So after some 3-4 years, I asked Gurudev, you said that there's one Diksha Guru, but you can have many Shiksha Gurus. So I want to know who gave me Diksha. My Guru Maharaj gave me Diksha, or you gave me Diksha? Because when my Guru Maharaj gave, I didn't feel anything, and when Gurudev gave, I did. He said he gave, but through me. You understand? He said Prabhupada gave you Diksha, but through me. Through Gurudev, in other words. So you have to meet your Gurudev through your Shiksha Gurus. Understand more and more. Guru Tattva is not just one person. Guru Tattva is working, Nityananda Prabhu, Baladev. They're working through in so many ways, through so many people. It's very, very deep and very subtle. Okay? Now listen. Kasturi was very good.
Я бы так лучше выражу свои мысли. Во время Мангаларити, когда Пуджари предлагает огонь, очень-очень долго это делают. Сначала Дхарани, потом Кришна, потом Махабхагавата. У меня вот звучит вопрос, что происходит на самом деле. У меня огонь. То есть не цветы, не воду, а у меня огонь.
Well, Gurudev Samskrit question. When Pujari is offering the lamp during Mangalarati, he's taking so long offering. So why? What's going on? So Gurudev said actually with incense, you don't offer incense for a long time, it's pretty quick. But the lamp is a special. Lamb is special. Like, for example, Srila Gurudev said that Mother Yashoda, she's offering arati to Krishna. Different moods. When Krishna comes back from cow grazing, Mother Yashoda is offering arati. She's removing inauspicious things. But Mangal Arati is not for Krishna coming back from the cow herd. Mangal Arati is when Radha and Krishna, they wake up in the morning. So there's tambul pastimes also. Sometimes if Radha's kissing Krishna, Krishna's kissing Radha, so then there's nice tambul marks on the cheeks. But they can't go back home with lipstick marks. So gopis are offering lamps to make sure that they're searching how they're all ready to go back. There's so many moods offering. Arati is a way of expressing desire. On the one hand, we're offering something nice. Lamp is beautiful, it's sweet. Ghee is pure. So we take refuge of the lamp. Like, your lamp has what? 5 wicks. And sometimes 5 wicks. So means what? 5 senses, 5 elements, 5 life airs, 5 rasas, offering. Offering ourselves to Krishna. And we're praying that the light and beauty of their love and their service will come to us. 2 ways. We're offering and praying. So arati is a way of strengthening desire to serve. So offering and praying at the same time. There's so many moods. And we will have to ourselves practice, then gradually we'll understand. We can hear, but we have to understand and realize. Hare Krishna.
Then
就是这一次朝圣，就是我们得到很多祝福。在朝圣的时候呢，把它分成两边，哪里在上边，哪里在下边。我们在那儿呢，你可以看见，他们，我觉得的话，就是我们这边好像这没看见，这个心头老是很挂牵。心头老是觉得怎么没看见他们，他们没看见他们，老是都觉得还差一些人一样的。因为我们古鲁在的时候呢，就大家在一起啊，就是那个队伍也庞大了，心头也很高兴。我希望说的话，明年嘛就大家在一起，这样好吗？
He said this Harikama, we have 2 separate Harikata, Bengali and in English. And also we're missing Kobuchi and all this brahmachari here. So we hope next year we can see everybody, because when Gurudev is here, we see everybody. But now we feel so much sorry, to see these things.
oh, this is not his course.
Yeah, this is the expression.
No, this is pain. This is too much pain. But Ganga water, Ganga water, Jamuna water, Radha Kunda, separate, everywhere. All separate place, separate quantities. How can you everything mixing in ocean? Then not useful. Ganga separate, Jamuna separate, Radha Kunda separate, Kusum Sarva separate, and Manasiyunga separate. There is glories and glorified. All going mixing ocean, then useful.